one of my biggest struggles recently in growing my business is just having a team of competent people with the same standards that I have that can execute on those standards. It's very hard. I think this is something that a lot of small businesses struggle with because you need people to, like, you get to a point where you can't do everything. And I've cracked the code on like generating demand. I have too much demand right now, which is why I'm kind of trying to fill the gaps with people who can maintain the standard that I want to set in my company. And it's like, it's tough. It's really tough because for those of you that don't know what I do in my business, I have a hockey media business. So we do like photography, videography, highlight reels, stuff like that for hockey players. Very niche. And with the photographers and videographers that I work with, you're kind of on two ends of the spectrum when you're trying to find people, right? So you have like people who maybe are a little less skilled, a little newer, more beginner, often like college students or sometimes even high school students, just people who are kind of like new and into it, but they're like hungry, they want to get at it. And then you have people who are like snobby, creative people who want to charge stupid amounts of money per game and don't really understand. Like they're not free, like they're freelancers, but they're not trying to work for another business because they don't price, act, or like what hard to deal with people. And I don't want either of those. I want to find someone in the middle who is competent. I don't have to train a ton. Like it's unrealistic. I know it's unrealistic, and I'm saying that it's coming out and it's unrealistic. I can't have someone perfect, but it's like I just need to be able to get these people that are over here to like want to maintain the same standard. And I know a lot of this is about like culture and being a good leader, but it's like it feels impossible. It feels impossible right now because I mean there's obviously a ton that I have to learn about leadership and like setting expectations and managing people and deal, but it's like it just feels like every time I get a glimpse of like this person is this person is great, this person's going to do an amazing job, they're like me, then something will just happen. Obviously you can't expect people to be perfect, but it's like with the standards that I hold and the kind of business that I want to run, it's like it feels like I can't deal with anyone. It feels like there's always some kind of bullshit. There's always some kind of like imperfection. And that's frustrating. And I haven't figured out how to get around it. But it's like I don't want to grow my business and let standards fall. But like I sidetracked there a little bit. It's like I had all this stuff to say as like shower thoughts. And then it's coming out of my actual sleep deprived, mentally fuzzy, absolutely scrambled mouth, and it's just not coming out properly. I'm not very good at articulating things when I don't really sleep and have 18,000 things to think about. But you know, that's another reason why I need people helping me out. And it's like it's such a tough, I feel like I'm being closed in by multiple different walls right now because I have to deal with the demand that I have right now. I have to service my customers to the best of my ability, but then I also have to train people how to do the same things I'm doing. But it's like I can't train them when I'm busy doing it myself. And it's like, when do I have time to market for the future of my business? It's like, it's unreal. Like, this is what it looks like to run a small business and try for it to not be a small business. But I don't know. I haven't been in the best like mental state lately. I'm, you know, not complaining or whatever, trying to make it seem like I'm all sad or anxious or whatever. But like I have been, and I don't know where I'm at. Like I need to pick a direction, I guess. And I feel like the ideal direction that I need to go here is, like, I already talked about in my last video how I'm just absolutely, like, supply constrained right now. Like, I have so much demand. It's unreal. I have demand for probably the next couple months and too much demand to fulfill. But, like, the issue with that is it's all tying into the fact that I don't have a competent team. And I can't really, it's like such a tough scenario because I realistically need a full-time employee. I'm happy to pay a full-time employee, but I'm afraid, like, it's not that I'm afraid to, like, I'm completely fine taking a loss, and I was about to. I texted this one kid last night who kind of was like my first full-time employee, but I didn't really pay him that much last month. But even just that, like, his help was made such a big, we literally doubled the business last month in revenue. Haven't talked about that yet, so that's fun and exciting, and obviously that comes with new stress. But just like a very small amount of help for a very small amount of money that I gave this kid, he was like huge. It made such a big difference. I'm like, if I could have 10 of him or 10 times more of him, because, you know, I'm a big fan of like operating on the theory of constraints and like doubling down on what's already working, right? And he's already working. So I pretty much texted him. I was like, yo, like, name your price. I'm happy to take a loss on a month or 2 months to get you like really into it, and because I think it's gonna be super profitable long term to have pretty much another me. But he's like, yeah, like I gotta think about let's revisit this last month. So I'm like, fuck. Now, like, what do I do now? Because I can't keep working with different people for different tasks. I have some staff that absolutely just drive me crazy and I can't deal with them anymore. But it's like, I have so much demand that sometimes I have to, like, sacrifice. And it's like, I have to have these people do stuff. Because I don't know. I need a better system. I need to be more organized with certain things. It's like a mess. Like, I'm really a mess right now. I'm really scrambling. And dude, like, if you guys are seeing this, and if you, like, watch my YouTube videos religiously, this is a job ad right here. Like, I need help with so many different fronts of the business that, like, even if someone was just a virtual assistant or, like, an intern or, like, anything like that, it would be huge. And I think if you're making it this far in the video, you probably have seen a decent amount of my stuff or understand, like, what I value and how I operate. And realistically, it's not easy to work for me because me working for me is not easy. Like, the standards that I hold for myself are absolutely obscene. And it's like, my brain feels like a wreck right now because I feel like I've been missing those standards recently. But it's like, well, I can't really do anything. It's like, if I'm tied up doing all the customer work, then how I don't have any time to move the business forward. And it's like, I'm already not sleeping doing what I'm doing. But it's like, on the other hand of that, it's like, I doubled my business last month. So I should expect that the work is double as hard. And it's like, dude, this is a little side tangent, but like, it's unreal how, especially when you're growing, it's just like, it's crazy. Like, you think that you're working to your max capacity, and then it's like, you double your business in a month, and you're like, holy shit, I feel like I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. So, yeah, like, if you're watching this video, you have any interest in, like, if you mess with what we do, if you know a little bit about the company, if you think you have a skill set that could help the company, reach out to me. I think my email is linked in the thing. If not, my Instagram definitely is. And if not, smalley.jack53@gmail.com or jack@puckpromedia.com would both be good emails to reach out to, because I need help and I'm willing to pay for that help. So if you show me that you can help and you're down for the craziness of what I'm trying to build and how high standards I hold and how, like, it's going to take you maybe till like 1 a.m. on a Sunday night, which is what I'm doing right now, to get that customer their video back and make them happy, because one of our core values is timely excellence, and, people deserve experience. It's like, whatever. It's a whole side tangent, but, like, please, this is a cry for help. This video is a job post, and that's it for today. Like, this shit's hard. This shit's been hard, but, only up from here, I guess. I just need to, like, we're dialing back in this week. Hopefully we get. I'm going to start, once I get my business under control, because I feel behind as shit right now, I'm going to start posting on YouTube Shorts again, which will be cool, because I do, like, since it's becoming apparent to me that staff is holding back my business, if I have a double as big personal brand, like, maybe I'll have more people reach out to work for me. So, that's it. Goodbye.